Alia Yachts. Who are they? Where are they? And why should you be interested? If you've watched my recent video about Baring Yachts, you'll know that I've been spending some time checking out some incredible yacht builders in Turkey. Well, in the Antalya Free Trade Zone, very close to Baring Yachts, is Alia Yachts. They are a very impressive outfit, so impressive in fact, I'm going to tell you all about them. Founded in 2008, Alia Yachts is based in Antalya, the hub of yacht construction in southern Turkey. It's a region that's been building an increasing portion of the world's superyachts. Over the past few years, Turkey has sat in the top 3 countries for yacht construction in the world, tucked just behind Italy, which produces around 20% of the annual global fleet. The shipyard was founded by Gökhan Çelik, together with his partner Ömer Koray, after they sold Peri Yachts, which they'd started in 2003. Now, while Peri Yachts had built motor yachts between 28 and 41 metres, such as the 41-metre Al Mahar, the first commissions for Alia Yachts were sailing yachts. And it wasn't until 2012 that they built the first Alia motor yacht, which was the 36-metre Crystal. In 2019, the company expanded its construction site with the acquisition of a 16,000 square metre shipyard in the Antalya Free Trade Zone, close to the original yard with its 3 sheds and interiors facility. Now, this expansion allowed the yard to build yachts with a height of up to 22 metres. They have 5 construction halls, tripling the size of the shipyard's facilities. Now constructing only custom yachts, Alia has built 13 yachts since its foundation and currently has 3 yachts under construction. Of the 13, there are many highlights, but particular attention should be paid to the 60-metre Samurai, which is the yard's biggest build, the 54-metre Al Wab, and the 36-metre Phi Phantom. That's the support vessel to the fantastic Royal Houseman super yacht Phi. The 3 new build yachts are really exciting, starting with the 60-metre Alia 60, the keel of which was laid in March. Now, this project sees Alia Yachts team up with the Dutch studio Freepack. The same build team was also responsible for the 55-metre super yacht Al Wab, which was delivered by Alia in 2021. The Alia 60 is due to be delivered in 2024. The next yacht is the Sea Club, one of the coolest yachts to be built at the yard and its second foray into support yacht construction after Phi Phantom, which was delivered last year. This is a 499 gross ton super yacht which features an exterior design from Azure Yacht Design and Naval Architecture, and features a simple but very sleek exterior design. It's a nearly vertical bow and a flexible general arrangement. A true support yacht. She features a large covered tender bay on the main deck, which will accommodate a 13-metre guest tender, an 8.2-metre crew tender, a submarine, 2 wave runners, 2 sailing dinghies, and 2 sailing catamarans. She also features a fully certified helideck and a 50-metre square storage area on the lower deck, where a complete inflatable water park will be stored in addition to other toys. Another top feature is her water sports centre, where diving gear, sea bobs, surfboards and much more will be stored. Now, she's due for delivery next year. Finally, there is San, a 45-metre super yacht which was unveiled in March this year. Designed by Sinot Yacht Architecture and Design, with architecture by Lateral, the yacht features an attractive and innovative raised pilot house design and is characterised by her long flowing lines. With 3 major custom yacht sales in a year, Alia is clearly on the up and up and definitely a yard to watch. As always, Super Yacht Times were of great assistance in preparing this video. I really do appreciate it. And funnily enough, when I was at Baring Yachts filming the shipyard there, By coincidence, just 3 days later, Superyacht Times sent somebody to also do a video review of the shipyard. They made a fantastic job of it. So at the end of this video, I'm going to put a link to the Superyacht Times video of Baring Yachts. Now though, it's time to take a look at some of the questions and comments I've been receiving from viewers. Now, when I was reading through the various comments over the last couple of weeks, I was absolutely struck by the amount of comments about the Baring Yachts video. People absolutely loved it. They loved the video, they love the products of Baring Yachts, and they love Alexi. Of course, everybody also loves Naughty Styles and all of their reviews of Baring, which have been viewed so many times. So it was overwhelmingly positive feedback about Baring and about that particular video, except for Yaroslav Gorislav. Funnily enough, Yaroslav is also the name of my videographer for the day and the fantastic editor behind so many of the videos that you watch. This is not the same Yaroslav. He says, good choice for exploring the yacht building process. The secret of success is simple as usual. Very bad work conditions in terrible unconditioned sheds, low payments for slave workers, 12 hours working days with 6 days per week. Japanese and Koreans work so from start to their death, and you have the cheapest price on the market. Welcome to the capitalism world, and if you ask slaves of Baring, do you want to quit this Katorga, Botany Bay, they will answer you, no, I am happy slave. I can eat and survive and add not to bother them. I read a lot of comments, amazing. I wish you all work for Alexi. Well, Yaroslav, I had to read that comment out because having actually been to Baring and New Marine, which is also in Turkey, I've never met such a happy group of workers for people who you think are slaves. Some of the comments I received on the Baring video and on the New Marine video were a little bit more constructive than that, and they did point out that there's hyperinflation in Turkey at the moment, and it is somewhat of a problem for the Turks. I mean, I saw myself between the last time I went to Turkey and the time before, I think just the price of a taxi, for example, more than doubled, much more than doubled. Hotel rooms are more expensive. Now the price of the country is more or less level to what it is in Europe, for example. However, remember that most of these shipyards, New Marine and Baring, sell a product in euro. So they're being paid in euro, and that's enabled them to be able to sufficiently pay their workers. And I can absolutely guarantee you, having been there several times, that there's not this slave mentality. Workers seem very enthusiastic about what they're doing. The conditions are good. New Marine, for example, has a fantastic canteen with wonderful food, and you can just feel the happy, positive vibe that's there in the shipyard. So I wouldn't want people to be concerned about the workers in Turkey. The Turks have an amazing work ethic. It's an incredible country to visit, and I did want to just read out that comment and put that straight. On the subject of slaves, Bradley Bunt watched the video of Aphrodite, which was a yacht which had a very unusual layout in which the crew and the owners would mix maybe a little bit more so than on traditional layouts of yacht. And he said, why wouldn't you want to know your crew? They're not slaves. I'm amazed how many owners don't really associate with their crew. Those are the people who you trust your life with in their hands in the middle of the ocean. God damn right I'd want to share meals with them, get to know them, have them to be comfortable as well. If you have happy employees in any line of work, they will bend over backwards for you. I know this for a fact, having been an employee and an employer. Bradley, it's a really valid comment, and it gave me the opportunity to pick up on I think maybe a misconception that some have of yachting, particularly when I show crew quarters on some yachts. They do look very small. They are very small. On certain yachts, they're very, very small indeed. But I wouldn't want people to think that crew have a bad life. On the whole, most crew are very, very happy with their lot in life. They get paid very well. A lot of yacht crew also have their own homes quite close to where the yacht's located. It's a satisfying job. It's very, very fulfilling. It's hard work to be yacht crew, there's no doubt. And that's why I think for many yacht crew, they're young people who work for maybe 5 years, up to 10 years. They're able to save tremendous amounts of money over that time, and they're doing it with a purpose. To your point about crew and owners mixing, it's really up to the owner of the yacht. Some owners do love to have a lot of social interaction with their crew. But I also understand the point of view of yacht owners who just want to get away from everything. They want to get out to sea, just kick back and enjoy the scenery around themselves, and they expect a certain amount of professional discretion from their crew and not to be disturbed. I think those people deserve that, and if that's the way that they like to enjoy their yacht, I don't really think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. It's just different tastes for different people and different people's lifestyles. It's great that you're obviously somebody who would really enjoy being with crew, and I know a lot of your owners who are like that. They often even become close friends with their crew. And your point about trust as well, I know more than one yacht owner who's ended up taking, for example, a chief stewardess and making them responsible for their various properties around the world because it's somebody that they trust to do a good job and they trust to be honest. Actually, the whole subject of crew is maybe a topic for another video, because the career opportunities for crew, if they are willing to make those sacrifices of living in slightly cramped quarters, the career opportunities are just endless and fantastic. Next comment made me smile. It was two comments actually, from Nerve D1E, who watched what was a fantastic video. Not very modest of me to say so, but it was the video of Tatiana, the 80-meter bilgin yacht. That's had, I think, we're coming up to 2 million views. I think we're like 1.75 million views. Incredible yacht. Nerve D1E says, these are not to relax. The sea is rough. A waste of money. It sucks. Trust me. Then he went on to say, I could save myself 500 million and do this anywhere. Laugh out loud. A millionaire thieves. Not sure what that last comment was about, but the first comment about the sea is rough, you're absolutely right. But most yacht owners buy their yacht to go out when the sea's not rough. And again, I think here there's a bit of a misconception that if you're buying a yacht, you have to be able to go out into all kinds of sea conditions. The vast majority of yacht owners buy a yacht to relax, not to go out in rough sea. And certainly Tatiana, I think, at that size would be able to take on some pretty rough seas, but it's certainly not the reason that people are buying it. They're buying it to drop anchor off of some remote island in the Caribbean and go for a swim and enjoy themselves. But thanks for your comment, because it did make me smile. Another misconception, this time from Dar Ployin. Thanks for joining us, Dar, and thanks for your numerous comments. You say you also watched the video about bearing yachts, and you say, I was about ready to say Alexei Mikolov is a bit of an internet star himself, as many times as he appeared in Naughty Styles and Aquaholic videos. Alexei's fantastic. I loved meeting him, I loved talking to him, and I hope he features again on the channel. Then you said, since I'm a Northrop Grumman employee, if I go through you, do I get an employee discount when buying a yacht? You never did answer that question the last time I asked it. And then you go on to say, and yes, I'm employed by Newport News Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company, which is part of the same company that is David's Yachts for Sale. Sadly, Dar, it's not. It's a different company. Northrop Grumman, I believe, is a huge company that does aerospace technologies and defense systems. It's massive. Northrop and Johnson is a yacht brokerage. We are one of the biggest and without a doubt the best, but it's a different company. Otherwise, I would have loved to have given you a discount on all of our yachts. Next, we have Lisa. She says, I don't understand how these yachts are so big but only hold 12 people. That's a really good question, actually, because even sometimes 80-meter, 90-meter yachts, it says accommodation for 12 guests and 70 crew, a huge amount of crew. There is a good reason behind that, and that's that if you want to charter your yacht, so therefore you're now taking passengers on the yacht, the requirements for a yacht that only has 12 passengers are considerably different to a yacht that carries more than 12 passengers. And since most people wouldn't want to have more than 12 on the yacht, the vast majority of builders build to what's called large yacht code. If you want to take on more than 12, you build to passenger ship code, and then you have to have big orange lifeboats. I think life rafts are not sufficient. You have to have the whole boats on board, and there's a whole new realm of requirements that you have to go into that most yacht owners just don't want to do, so they're limited to 12 guests. Hope that answers your question. And finally, Michelle Northington. watched the live stream between myself and Alexei Mikhailov. Michelle says, there they are, the two most gorgeous men in the world, sitting and conversing together in the same room. Wow, quick, show me your legs, wee-hoo. Michelle, you are clearly as mad as a box of frogs, but for that, there's my leg. Now finally, this is an exciting week because we have another 2 videos to publish, one on Friday, one on Saturday. I'm filming this vlog so far in advance that I actually don't know for sure what Friday's video will be, but it will most likely be of a really lovely charter yacht, an Azimuth, that I'm planning to be filming in the Bahamas next week. I'm currently in Monaco. Monday I'll fly to the Bahamas. But on Saturday, we have a video which I have been looking forward to for so long. It's a yacht called Lady Fleur. It's an explorer vessel built by a completely new brand called Extreme Yachts. I went out to film it in Mallorca a couple of weeks ago and it just completely blew me away, and the editing team and the video team as well. As we were filming it, we just kept saying how beautiful it was from every single angle that we looked, from the drone, from the tender. It has features which I have never seen before on a yacht. Whatever you're doing this weekend, make sure that you make time to watch that video because it will be absolutely sensational. On that note, make sure that you don't miss that video by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget, don't smash the like button, but reach gently over and just tap it.